Hello and welcome to this crochet tutorial where I'm going to show you how to make these puff flowers. Very simple, great for scrap yarns, and pretty quick to make. Come on, let's get started. The materials and the tools I will be using is I have some variegated cotton yarn and I have a 3.75 millimeter crochet hook. So to begin, let's start off with a magic circle and also releasing some yarn from our skein. Now when we place our first chain on this hook, on the circle, you want to make it tight. And then right straight into the circle, one single crochet, chain one. This will count as our first half double crochet, and chain one. Continue on, half double crochet into the circle, chain one. Continue until you have a total, including the single crochet, of 6 half double crochets and chain one. Pull closed our magic circle and slip stitch into our first chain one space. Chain three, and into the chain one space we're going to do an elongated double crochet cluster. We're going to have 5 of these elongated double crochets in this cluster. So to do that, yarn over, go through the chain one space opening, and then stretch it so that it's the height. Chain 3, slide your work, and slip stitch into that same chain one space. Okay, and then we can push that little puff out and slip stitch into the next chain one space and chain 3. So this is what we have so far. You can see where it separates the half double crochet in the center. I chose this stitch because of the puff stitch has too many wraps, and I thought that would make it harder to pull it all the way through for a beginner. So with the cluster stitch and it thinning out at the top, it's a lot easier for somebody to try. So let's try it again. Wrap it around your hook. Let's pull up our loop and then stretch it up. Pinch it at the bottom if you need to. Through those first 2 loops. Let's do this 4 more times. Okay, so how many loops I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to do 1 more. I'm going to slide my work over. Here's number 5. Okay. Chain 3, and then slip stitch into that chain 1 space. And slip stitch into the next chain 1. Okay, and I'm going to take my puff and push it out. Alright, I'm going to encourage you to do the last 3 puffs on your own, and I'll meet you at the end in a few minutes. So I'm on my 6th puff, and so to finish it, we're going to slip stitch into that chain 1 space. Then take about 10 inches, go ahead and cut your yarn, and then let's pull it through. Snug it up and fix your puff. Now you notice that our magic circle isn't too much of a circle, so let's pull it closed again, and then with our 2 strands we can tie our square knot in the back. Now with these 2 strands, this one can be used to sew on a button or a bead if you wish, and then this one could be used to sew your flower down or to sew it together. And you would take it on the back side and start on the other half of where your yarn is from your other flower, and then you would just whip stitch together to hold it in place. And then when you flip it over, you would have them stacked together as such. So I hope this was a joyful journey for you in making of these. I just realized that the colors I use would be great for cherry blossoms in the springtime. So I hope you have a great time making these and find them very useful in whatever project you're using it on. So till next time, bye-bye, and thanks for joining with me today on this crochet adventure.